This video is sponsored by Electronic Arts. In this video, I got Battlefield 2042 gameplay for you guys. And not just some gameplay, this is a newer build of the game itself. I've already played it for hours now, and I couldn't say anything about it so far until now. So in this video, I can finally talk about what I feel about Battlefield 2042. Did it exceed my expectations? Did I maybe not like it at all? And everything you need to know about it will be covered in this video. Conquest is the game mode we're playing right now, which is of course very familiar to the Battlefield franchise, and the map we're playing on is called Orbital. So in Battlefield 2042 right now, there's only 4 specialists in total. We can play as Maria Falk, Webster McKay, Boris, and Casper. In this case, I'm using Webster McKay, who has the nibble ability, the ability to aim by your side and run faster, but also the grappling hook. So the original classes are gone, but instead, once you pick your specialist, you now have different packages. There is an assault package, a medic package, engineer package, and also a sniper package. So these 4 different packages are your loadouts, and you can customize them the way you want to, changing your primary, secondary, throwable, and also gadget. So since there's more flexibility in these classes, I personally assumed this would have an unfair advantage over other players, but it doesn't really seem to be the case. I mean, everyone can customize their class any way they want to, so everyone has the same advantage, bringing the players even more to the same level as they used to be. Personally, I'm really digging this new specialist system, and I know loads of you guys will too. So for this build that you guys are all going to play as well, there's only one particular primary weapon you can select for all of these weapon types. The SMG in this build is the PBX-45. The assault rifle is the M5A3, the LMG is the LCMG, the marksman is the SWS-10. Of course, the sniper that I'm using in this gameplay as well, the sniper is the MCS-880, and the shotgun is the DM7. The one secondary in this build is the G57, which is a pistol. The 2 throwables are the frag grenade and the prox sensor. So that's a mouthful, but of course there will be way more weapons in the game itself when the full game officially releases on November 19, which I will be able to cover early on the channel as well. So unfortunately I died in the gameplay, but when you go to the menu at the bottom, you can see what this menu looks like to customize your own loadout. So before I talk about all the gadgets that will be available in the Battlefield 2042 open beta, there's a few points I want to touch on before I dive into that. Next to the grappling hook that we have as Webster McKay, there's also zip lines like we saw in earlier gameplay trailers as well, but there's also an elevator. Some of these buildings, when you go inside, you can actually hold on to some type of cable, and just like in Apex Legends, you will go from the bottom all the way to the top of the building just within seconds. This map also has a huge variety of vehicles, from quads to jeeps, tanks, different helicopters, there are also jets, and in the trailer we have also seen hovercrafts in the middle of a tornado. But to be honest, I haven't seen that on the map myself. I also want to talk about the 128 players on just one map, which is a huge number, and of course if the lobby doesn't meet that number, AI enemies will fill in the lobby. But I don't feel like there is a lot of chaos inside of these maps. EA has said that Orbital is a medium-sized map in Battlefield 2042 terms, of course, because this is still a huge map compared to Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. So when it comes to capturing flags, the map is sometimes just a bit overcrowded when like 10 people from one team just rush to the exact same flag or even more and they spawn on each other. It can get a little bit chaotic. But for me, it only happened in a few instances. So there's a few more capture points here and there on Orbital, but I can imagine if we're playing on a different map, for example Renewal, there are way more objectives. When I'm playing Battlefield or Call of Duty or any other shooter game, I'm mostly the infantry guy. The guy walking around with the sniper or the LMG or the assault rifle, you know, sniping people from a distance and going to these capture points and trying to take them over. I don't use vehicles on a regular, to be completely honest. Of course, I do like using them, but I still have to get more confident while playing with them. And it's not only the new specialist system that brings more flexibility to the game itself, it is also the plus menu. For example, if you do have a scope for a short distance, but you're very far away from the enemy, simply swap it to a long distance scope, and you can do the same thing with attachments on the weapons too, creating even more flexibility to your gameplay. I also promised you guys to touch on the gadgets that will be in the game, so let's do that right now. There is the ammo crate, of course, to get yourself or your teammates ammo. There is a medikit that if you stand close to it, you do heal up much faster. And those are of course two gadgets that you will have to use if you're playing as a team, and will probably always come back to every new Battlefield title. A few I want to go over a bit quicker are the C5, the FMX-33 AA missile for long range air-to-air combat, the IBA armor plate, which is a ballistic plate for your body, and a recoilless M5. And that's once again a mouthful. But now I want to talk about what I actually think of Battlefield 2042. What were my expectations going into the game, and what do I actually think after playing it? So my expectations were very high going into this game, to be honest. Like, the trailers look phenomenal, especially the open beta trailer that we saw. The gameplay itself, you know, the build was very improved upon the previous gameplay that we have seen. So that was a very good thing. And when I'm recording this video, I'm actually recording it on PC with my quality, almost everything set to low. So imagine if you can actually handle running it on very high settings. I was also playing with my PS4 controller. In the future, I'll have my game running on the PS5. But for this video, I'm running it on a 1070 Ti with an i7 processor. So you could see the damage that it's doing to the quality, maybe a little bit, but still it looks phenomenal, it runs phenomenal, and I'm even recording everything at the same time. So I think EA was pushing to make the game feel more like Apex Legends, since that game has phenomenal movement, and now in this modern Battlefield game, it really does the game justice. Right now we are still very limited, of course, with only one map to play and a small variety of weapons. But in the future, I will be able to play the full game itself and of course let you know what I think of that. Overall, I did have a lot of fun playing Battlefield 2042. I like the weapons, the movement, I like this map, and I feel like the pacing is just high enough for a game with 128 players. Of course, it's a shame that there is no campaign, but at the same time, I feel like this could be the best Battlefield online game ever. So if you do find this video helpful in any way, make sure to hit the like on this video. It only takes you half a second and it helps the video out tremendously. Subscribe and turn on post notifications for more top-notch Battlefield 2042 coverage. And you have a chance to win the game. The link is in the pinned comment. My name is Cheese. I'm out. Peace.